And we're talking about this in terms of the military, our military men and women who, my gosh, they do so much for us every day. And they sacrifice because they love their country. How many stories have we heard? How many people close to us did we know who were moved after 9/11? Young men who could have done whatever they wanted to do, young women who could have done whatever they wanted to do, staying home, felt the call after 9/11 to go serve their country. And so, yes, there is that part of it, but this also explains why Donald Trump would have such contempt for the men and women in the State Department who, as young students, decided they wanted to serve their country and they wanted to go into government because they believed in the American dream and they wanted to protect the American dream. They wanted to spread American values across the globe. Or men and women that are serving right now in the Justice Department who see that they are now being run by Donald Trump's Roy Cohn. And despite their service, giving their life to the Justice Department, they now have to watch an attorney general go in front of cameras and say he doesn't know if voting twice is legal or not, when in North Carolina, it's a felony, and he knows that it's illegal. And forgive me for going on, but this is so important because I want to say this to the men and women who were serving in the FBI, the men and women who were serving in the CIA, the professionals who were serving in government offices all across Washington, D.C., all across the country, and all across the world. This is disconcerting, and Donald Trump is in the minority. The overwhelming majority of Americans hold you up, and they salute you. I'd appreciate it if you take the picture of Donald Trump down while I'm saying this. The overwhelming majority of Americans, they salute you, and they understand that so many of you in the CIA have made great sacrifices, have had to leave your families for months at a time, have had to go overseas. So many of you in the FBI, you risk your life for us every day. Some of you in the State Department do as much as you can, despite the fact you have leaders that are more interested in being cronies to the President of the United States than serving this country, and who won't even defend your name when Donald Trump attacks you. Understand you are respected, you are loved by Americans, and we salute you for your service, just like we do every man and woman in the United States military.
Well, what about the people who could make a difference in a situation like this? Republicans in the Senate and in Congress who stand by this president every day, no matter what boundary he breaks. Do they respect the people you were just
addressing, Joe? They need to speak out. They need to speak out, and I think some of them will. I really do. I think some of them will, because many of them know, and I'll say this now that Jeffrey's off the show, and if I'm wrong, these people can come out and say so. But they know General Kelly, and they understand that General Kelly was there and experienced all of this, and if Jeffrey weren't telling the truth, that General Kelly would speak out. They understand that Secretary of Defense James Mattis, General Mattis, he was there. He saw so much of this happening day in and day out. If what Jeffrey were saying were true, then General Mattis would speak out against it.
Vehemently.
So my good friends that I served with in the House of Representatives that are now serving in the United States Senate, I really hope that they will speak out in defense of our troops and defense of service to this country.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.